Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, esteemed faculty members, dear students, and everyone joining us today. To invoke the blessing of wisdom, prosperity, and success. Let's start our program with lamp lighting ceremony. I request all the dignitaries to perform the rituals. On behalf of Rajmata Jijao Shikshan Prasarak Mandals, Arts, Commerce and Science College, it is an honor and privilege to welcome you all to this remarkable occasion as we celebrate the Silver Jubilee year of our college and host an international guest lecture on technology, business, entrepreneurship, jointly organized by Innovation Cell and IQSA Cell to pay the tribute to Padma Bhushan awardee, late Ratanji Tata. It is indeed a proud moment for us to commemorate 25 years of excellence, growth, and innovation. Over the years, our college has stood as a beacon of learning and progress, nurturing countless dreams and fostering the spirits of entrepreneurship. On this occasion, on behalf of Rajmata Jijao Shikshan Prasarak Mandals, Arts, Commerce and Science College, I, Madhuri Londe, heartily welcome our today's renowned speaker, Honorable Dr. Ashok Joshi sir, Postdoctoral Fellow, Pennsylvania University, Technopreneur, Investor, Philanthropist, Scientist and Prolific Inventor. Honorable Dr. D.P. Amarnerkar sir, Professor Emeritus, SPPU, former Brain Pool Invited Scientist, South Korea, former Director General, CIMET. Honorable Dr. Bharat Kale sir, Professor Emeritus, MIT University and ex-Director General, CIMET, Pune. Honorable Mr. Sudhir Mungse sir, Secretary, RJSPM Trust. Honorable Mr. Sumit Mungse, Trustee, RJSPM Trust. Principal Dr. K.G. Kanade sir, Principal Dr. Lakshman Chaudhary sir, Principal Nan Bhakti Senior College. Vice Principal Professor Kiran Chaudhary sir, Registrar Ashwini Bhosle ma'am, all teaching and administrative staff, and all my dear students. On the auspicious occasion of Gita Jayanti, we are going to start our today's program by reciting verses from Bhagavad Gita.
आदरणीय व्यासपीठ, सर्व गुरुजन वर्ग आणि उपस्थित विद्यार्थी-विद्यार्थिनी, आज गीता जयंती. सुमारे 5000 वर्षांपूर्वी जेव्हा रणभूमीवरती श्रीकृष्ण यांनी धनुर्धारी अर्जुनाला जीवनविषयक संदेश दिले होते, हेच आज आपण गीता जयंती म्हणून साजरी करतो. तो आजचा दिवस आहे. गीता जयंती हा असा एक दिवस आहे की एक ग्रंथाचा जन्मदिवस साजरा केला जातो. ही आपल्या भगवद्गीतेची एक आगळी वेगळी विशेषता आपल्याला प्रकर्षाने जाणवते. संत विनोबाजींनी म्हणूनच म्हणले होते की भगवद्गीता हे त्यांचं एक प्राणतत्व आहे जे जगण्यासाठी प्रेरणा देतं. समग्र महाभारताचे नवनीत महर्षी व्यासांनी आपल्याला भगवद्गीतेमध्ये दिले आहे. आजचा हा दिवस म्हणूनच भगवद्गीता जयंती म्हणून आपण साजरा करतो. सर्व विश्वामध्ये आजचा दिवस खूप भावनिक अंतकरणाने व भावपूर्ण विश्वासाने साजरा केला जातो. आजच्या या दिवशी काही भगवद्गीतेमधील श्लोक आम्ही इथे सादर करणार आहोत. ते पुढील प्रमाणे असतील.
श्री भगवानुवाच यदा यदा हि धर्मस्य ग्लानिर्भवति भारत अभ्युत्थानं धर्मस्य तदात्मानं सृजाम्यहम्.
या श्लोकामध्ये आपल्याला श्रीकृष्ण अर्जुनाला सांगतात की जेव्हा जेव्हा पृथ्वीवरती धर्म व आचरणाचा ऱ्हास होईल व अधर्म वाढेल, यावेळेला श्रीकृष्ण कोणत्याही रूपाने या पृथ्वीवरती जन्म घेतील.
यदा देवेषु वेदेषु गोषु विप्रेषु साधुषु धर्मामयी च विद्वेषा सवाशु विनश्यति. धर्माचे मुख्य स्तंभ आहेत देव, वेद, गाय, ब्राह्मण, साधू संत. यांच्यावर श्रद्धा ठेवली पाहिजे. यांचा सन्मान ठेवून जीवन आक्रमण केले तरच मानवाचा उद्धार होतो, अन्यथा विनाश निश्चित आहे. अश्वत्था सर्ववृक्षाणां देवर्षिणाच नारदः गन्धवर्णा चित्ररथः सिद्धानां कपिलो मुनिः.
या श्लोकामध्ये आपल्याला असं जाणवलं जातं की प्रत्येक उत्कृष्टतेमध्ये देवाची दिव्यता आपल्याला दिसून येते. जसे की वृक्षामध्ये पिंपळ, पूर्ण ज्ञान व भक्तीसाठी ओळखले जाणारे नारद, गंधर्वामध्ये श्रेष्ठ चित्ररथ व सर्व ऋषीमुनींमध्ये कपिल हे श्रेष्ठ आहेत. तसेच या प्रत्येक उत्कृष्टतेमध्ये आपल्याला भगवान जाणवतात.
दुःखेष्वनुदिवग्मनः सुखेषु विगतस्पृहा वितरागभयक्रोधाः स्थितधीर्मुनिरुच्यते. जीवनात असलेले सर्व राग, द्वेष, मोह, लोभ यांच्या पलीकडे असतो तो ईश्वर, जो दुःखात विचलित होत नाही, सुखाची लालसा ठेवत नाही, जो राग क्रोधापासून सर्वथा मुक्त आहे. अशा ईश्वराचे सतत स्मरण करणे म्हणजे मानवधर्म आहे. श्री भगवान उवाच.
To express our gratitude and honor towards our invited guest, we will now like to felicitate Honorable Dr. Ashok Joshi sir. I request Honorable Mr. Sudhir Mungse sir, Secretary RJSPM, to felicitate Dr. Ashok Joshi sir. Now I would like to request Honorable Mr. Sudhir Mungse sir to felicitate Dr. DP Amarnerkar sir. Mr. Sumit Mungse sir. Now I would like to request Mr. Sumit Mungse sir to felicitate Dr. Bharat Kale sir. Now I would like to request our Principal Dr. K.G. Kanad sir to felicitate Principal Dr. Lakshman Chaudhary sir. Secretary Honorable Mr. Sudhir Mungse sir to felicitate. Thank you all. Okay. Now I would like to request our Vice Principal Professor Kiran Chaudhary sir to felicitate Honorable Mr. Sumit Mungse sir, Trustee RJSP. Now I would like to request Professor Kiran Chaudhary sir to felicitate Principal Dr. Lakshman Chaudhary sir. Thank you all. Now I would like to invite Honorable Mr. Sudhir Mungse sir, Secretary RJSPM Trust, to share his thoughts with us.
Good morning, one and all. Today we have gathered over here for the International Guest Lecture Series organized by Innovation Cell and IQSC. So this program would be giving ideas to all students related to international perspective in the terms of science, technology as well as management. So we are very honored to have the esteemed speakers today. So especially I would like to welcome Dr. Ashok Joshi sir. So he is well recognized innovator in terms who carries out the innovation, who always comes up with the new ideas, and high technology international entrepreneur. So he has founded 6 companies, out of which 3 companies are with the active interest. Dr. Joshi has almost 5 decades of industry experience, which includes around 2.5 decades of entrepreneurship experience. Additionally, he is an inventor of more than 100 patents which are issued in US. So that's the very beautiful things we came to know about sir, that he is having more than 100 patents and of course 40 pending patents which are under process in US. So moreover, Dr. Joshi, he has been honored with many different awards, especially with the Industrial Research Institute Washington Achievement Award in 2009, Asian of the Year in 2009 awarded by the Utash Asian Chamber of Commerce invited attendee for the second State of Union address by US President Mr. Obama in 2009. India's National Small Business Entrepreneurship Award, and yes, today we came to know about that was the first award given by Indian government, and it was, yes, honored to Dr. Ashok Joshi sir. India's Parkhi Award for Innovation has also been given in 1982 to Dr. Joshi sir. So with a very warm heart, I would like to welcome Dr. Joshi sir. Also, the another great speaker we do have for today is Dr. Dinesh Amarnerkar sir. So many of the students we know to Dr. Amarnerkar sir because he have spoken to us earlier. So he is currently advisor research international academics at Pimpri Chinchwad Education Trust and professor emeritus as our beloved SPPU. Previously, he served the Director General of Center for Materials for Electronics Technology, Pune, that is the CMET, which is runs by Government of India. And now he has long-standing transdisciplinary research experience in the institutional as well as the multi-country settings. So while placed at CMET, he has also long-term visiting assignment in the Gifu University, Japan and Korea Research Institute, as well as the short-term assignments in the Singapore, Switzerland, Slovenia, Bulgaria, Japan and Saudi Arabia. So he is also elected as the Fellow of Maharashtra Academy of Science and Indian Chemical Society. He is having currently 3 US patent, 24 Indian patents. So of course he is also the very renowned scientist over here. Following to that, we are having our third, the most importantly, Dr. Bharat Kale. He is also emeritus professor and director at R&D Material Science in the renowned MIT World Peace University, Pune, and also emeritus scientist in the CMET, which is runs by Government of India. He is actively involved in the nanostructures material for various applications. He was a director general of CMET India, heading all centers of CMET. He has completed many projects, guided 22 PhD students, and published more than 310 papers. Also, he is having 29 patents. So today, why we have called all these emeritus professors over here is nothing but to discuss about what are patents, what are innovations, or what may lead you towards the future scientists. So our agenda under the innovation and IQS is always to promote students for various innovations, to inculcate the different capabilities in you. Of course, you all are having so many good ideas in your mind, but you never try to express. So it is what we would like to just inculcate many ideas. We want that you all should come up with the new ideas, innovation, and all these renewed people over here, they may help you out in your future. So with this briefing, I would like to welcome all of you on behalf of all in higher educations of RJSPM Trust. Also, I would like to welcome our Secretary, Honorable Mungse sir, as well as Sumit Mungse sir, who is trustee of RJSPM, and of course our dynamic principal, Dr. KG Kannade, our vice principal, Chaudhary sir, as well as our ACS college at Dudurgaon, principal, Dr. Lakshman Chaudhary sir. So, yes, also Dr. Nilesh Jadhav sir is over here, who's from Pharmacy College, Durga, and Dr. Archana Tirekar madam from Pharmacy College. So all of us, we are here to help you out, to give you idea related to what is entrepreneurship. Now, maybe you may not have the idea about what is entrepreneurship. So with a huge background, with Dr. Ashok Joshi sir, he's having tremendous knowledge. More than 60 years he has been the business as well as the entrepreneurship. So it is related to science, it is related to technology, it is related to management. It's always how do we interact with each other, how do we communicate throughout the world. We are waiting that every one of you may get this kind of chances. So there are many different avenues which are open towards the world. It's not only that you are learning your something BSc or your other scientific world, but you may come up with the management, you may set up your own business in terms of any scientific ideas, and yes, we are here to help you out. So with this, I would like to welcome Sudhir Mungse sir, who is secretary. Yes, so I'm sorry for this. Sumit sir, who is the young dynamic like us, and he's always here to guide us. Yes, Sumit sir is having experience related to talking to students, and he would be engaging you very nicely with this. So I would like to welcome Sumit Mungse sir, who is trustee of RJSPM, and yes, a very young dynamic person like all of you sitting over here. Yes.
A very warm welcome to all the students, respected dignitaries, Dr. Ashok Joshi sir, Manerkar sir, and Bharat Kale sir. Actually, this is a great day. Like, these dignitaries are present today at our RGSPM Trust. I first of all thank you all for giving your valuable time in our education trust. As the member or the trustee of our RGSPM Trust, I would like to thank these inputs which you will be giving will be always the positive ones, and it will be always nurturing for our students who are developing in our trust. And RGSPM itself, if you have seen the logo itself, asadhya te sadhya, because here it's definitely we are gonna mold different type of entrepreneurs, innovations. This we are celebrating 25 years of excellence, so we have the assurance and guarantee from our students, and your inputs will always be valuable for us. Thank you.
Successful entrepreneur, make lots of money and be happy, right? So I had the same idea a long time ago. And there is a Vivekananda statement that probably you all know. Union of science and spirituality will bring peace to the world. But I changed that science word into profits. Union of profits and spirituality. The reason is profits have to be moral profits, ethical profits. That's what I changed. That's why that union of profits and spirituality. At that time, Vivekananda was okay, but now the things have changed. And that's what America tries to believe it. Okay? That's why it is so powerful country in the world. Everybody wants to go there. Next slide. So innovation is the most misused word in the world. What is innovation? Right? First of all, you have to understand what innovation means. So somebody invents something. Is that innovation? No. It's just the invention or a discovery. And that is called, the guy who invents something or generates idea something is called inventor. He's not innovator at all. Innovation is far away from his invention. If invention takes $1, innovation takes $1,000. It is far away. And that's what I realized. That's what I learned. So what is innovation? Innovation is taking the invention, developing the products, testing those products, marketing those products, and making money. So unless you start making money, it's not innovation. So that is what the innovation is all about. That's why it is so difficult. People say that innovation, innovation, but that is innovation. That's what it says. Next slide. I'm going to escape because I can talk here for another 3 hours. Next. So there are various ways of the various models by which you can become entrepreneur. And there are uh, uh, so people do businesses, develop technologies through government funding, just like Dr. Kale did or Dr. Ammalnerkar did. But there are entrepreneurs who have an idea and they develop this um, product and go all the way towards innovation, and then they start making money. I tell you that sometimes the invention is even not related to innovation. Elon Musk, you know, the Tesla guy, he took lithium batteries, which was invented long time. As a matter of fact, I invented in 1971. Elon Musk he knew there are lithium batteries all over. And then he put it in the electrical motors, designed the car, and commercialized it. Who would think? Because even in 1985, I was part of developing electric car. We made electric car, we drove in Tennessee. Then 10 years later, in 1992-93, we built another various different electric cars and took it in Switzerland. Did we make it? No, nothing. Did Elon Musk made it? Made it. Made it so much that he surpassed General Motors and Ford and Chrysler, all three together, and became the world's wealthiest person in now. So you can imagine what his innovation is. He just took whatever exists, put it together, and made it happen. You know why? And this is what I suggest to entrepreneurs. Start with the end. This is my mantra. Start with the end. Meaning what? First of all, see whether there is a market. That is where you should focus on. And whatever idea you have, is there a market? Can anybody tell you that if you make that, I'll buy it? Once you know that, you come back. You come back to develop that product. So you solved most of the problems in the business. Technical problems you can solve it always. There are brilliant people in the world. So start with the end should be your mantra. If you are going to be entrepreneur, if you want to take that step. Now, as far as entrepreneur is concerned, the definition of entrepreneur is a risk taker. Okay? You cannot be entrepreneur unless you take risk. As I said, I took a lot of risks. Started 10 companies in US. Most of them failures. Terrible failures. But couple of them were very successful. So you have to have that risk-taking ability, meaning what? You take the risk of something, you fail, you sit down, think again, and get up and do it. Now I was hearing your secretary was telling me that how they went through this COVID period. Amazing. I knew how stressful they went through. But he said that they learned a lot through that period. What could happen? And that strength that he had, now it's a growing institution. Otherwise, it's tough. That's what you need. That's the mind that you create. Some people ask me, how do you do that? I want to be an entrepreneur, but I don't want to take, I'm afraid. I'm afraid of taking risk. In that case, you have to have a mentor. Even mentor like your secretary, I'll tell you, who could hold your hand. You know, when I was little in Y village, I was standing near Krishna river, right, flowing. And I wanted to swim because so many kids were swimming. I wanted to swim. I was not ready to go in because I was so scared to go in water. So I would just go in the water, wet my feet and come back again. I didn't want to go. But then there was a kind person who held my hand and said that let's go a little bit further, let's go. And once I went there, I started enjoying that. I was swimming, right? That's exactly the thing that you need. If you are scared of being entrepreneur, you have to have a mentor like him who has seen what happens. My next slide. So move slides, move further. So I started many companies. Some of them failed because I signed the wrong agreement. Because when you develop one product, you go to customers, you go to venture capitalists. Your way of generating funds is very important because you need funds. As I said that you may have an idea, you patented it, everything, $1 you spent. Now you need $1,000 to make money. Who is going to give you? So you go to people who have money, right? And tell them your idea, and they get excited. They give you money. But beware. The money is not easy to come by. Money is the most difficult thing for people to give you, even for your ideas. Let me give you an example. I developed a very innovative product for diabetic wound ulcer. You know, people get ulcer when they get diabetes. They get gangrene, they had to amputate the leg, and then within 3 years they pass away. So I developed one device, very nice device. And I patented it and presented to venture capitalists and telling them that this is fantastic product. They tested it and venture capitalists said, yes, we want to fund it. They funded it big time. Now I'm a founder, inventor, everything, right? How much money I made? Because right now, the product in the worldwide market, the revenue of the product is 2 billion. $2 billion. How much money I would make? Zero. That's venture capital for you. You have to be careful. Agreements. That's why you need people experienced like him to review the agreement. That's why you need people who are knowledgeable. I signed the wrong agreement, lost everything. The reason I'm telling you is that it's very important to understand what entrepreneurship means, because this is what you're going to face. But that doesn't mean you shouldn't do it. It's exciting life. Entrepreneur's life is the most exciting life. But you have to understand this, as you move towards that path. I'll go and skip many slides. Go ahead. What we need. All these are my products that are there. Go ahead. I kind of want to tell you what you should be aware of. I mean, this my presentation takes long time, and I don't want to bore you, but let's go. All these products I did. Right now I'm president of Microlane. I still, although I'm 83, I still am an entrepreneur, because entrepreneurship also is addictive. It's more than drug addiction. I tell you, entrepreneurship is very addictive. You only die. Then your entrepreneurship ends when you die. Okay, let's go. Lessons learned. I told you start at the end, right? Make sure that people are going to buy your idea. Even if you have patent, doesn't mean anything. I have 155 patents, US patents, and about 1200 worldwide patents. So people steal your patents, make products also. Okay? But patents are good. Patents are good because if you want to get funding from the venture capital, only thing you have to be very smart. That's all. Now, if you want to get money, sometimes what happens, your product is there and you go to Tata company and say that, hey, I've got patent, I've got this idea, I can make it for you. Or are you interested? And Tata says, yeah, this is great product. We are interested. Okay, maybe you developed some nice watch. There is a Titan company, right? Tata company. So they said they are interested. Okay. Then entrepreneur haven't developed, it's the idea, invention thing. So Tata says, okay, how much money you need? And you say, well, about 5 crores. They give you. That's a good money. Than venture capital money. Because corporate money is patient money. They understand that it takes time, it takes this one. They have also social responsibility. So corporate money is a lot more patient, better money than any venture capital money. More owners means more trouble. As much as you can avoid family and friends' money, you are better off. First, don't take family money. Family meaning money is trouble. And also friends, same thing. But the family money is the worst money you can take. Founder's equity is protected only if you have a preferred shares. There's something called preferred shares and ordinary shares in the company. You probably know business people. Who owns them? There are preferred owners and common owners. Generally what happens is that you are an entrepreneur, you founded the company, you did this. You generally, and you go to people to ask money, they give you money, but they say that they want preferred ownership because my money is a preferred money. But what happens during the sale of your company, where you exit from the company and start something else, the common shareholders sometimes don't make any money, just like I did. No money. Only preferred shares make money. That's the world we live in. Okay? Those are the hard lessons I'm telling you. I mean, we hear that this guy made this much, that guy started and made this one, but there are very few, very few. But I also believe in Hindu concept of karma. Okay? Because my daughter always says, Dad, even after I failed so many times and made money, she tells me that you are so dumb, how can you make money? Right? And so, so it should be karmic money. Now, when you start making, I'm just giving you a little bit of lesson here. When you go, you have idea, you have patterns, you have going to person, hey, this is my idea, this is what I want, please give me money and everything. And so what you do is that you call it, okay, initially they call it seed money. They give you seed money, no problem. Then they ask you, we will give you Series A money. You are not still completed the development of product, meaning launching the product in the market. You still have to work out the bugs of your product. So you said, I need Series B, sir. You go to Series B. Still you are not finished. You need Series C. If you go to Series A to Series E, you are finished. Because money gets very expensive, extremely expensive. That's where your common shares are worth nothing. So that's why you cannot do that. Second, third is when entrepreneurs think they are the best, they know all the answers. The truth is they don't know answers. They don't know all the answers. So you just focus on your strength and hire some other people who are expert in that strength. This is very important to understand from the mind perspective. And most of you know that, if in our field we know that success really depends. You will go to venture capitalists and they are looking for only two things. Are the people right to carry this business? People are important. The team is important. Okay? And is there a fantastic leader to lead that team? Leadership is most important. Most important is leadership. And finally, again, I have to trust you. Keep away family and friends. It's very, I'm telling you, when family starts fighting with you about why you didn't do this, why you didn't do that, because they invested money in you, you are finished. You can't sleep because there are emotions involved. You don't want all that. You want clarity. You want calm. Because you have already thousands of issues to deal with. Okay? Now, the last slide. Last slide. I'll tell you, there are so many opportunities in the world. Millions. And you can pursue those. You get ideas. I know that you have lots of ideas. I know that. Try to find out. Talking to people, talking to customers. See, your idea, you talk to customers. Hey, if I do this, what do you think? Get that sense before you start. So there are abundance of opportunity. Believe in abundance. So, decision making is the one that is for everybody. We all make decisions every day, but especially for entrepreneurs, the complexity of the business is so much that decision making is most important. So if you have to make decisions properly, and I'm telling you that if you are angry and make a decision, the probability of that decision being wrong is very high. If you are depressed, make a decision, the probability of that decision being, so you have to have a equanimous mind, what they call. That's why there is an expression in America, let me sleep over. So when they, even for buying a car, the salesman said, this is fantastic car, this, you should buy it today and all that. No, let me sleep over. Because you want to make a decision when you are not excited about anything. You want to make a decision when you are calm, quiet. So that's why, you have to do practice of silence. Entrepreneurs have to do practice of silence. Go into silence. You have to also start becoming happier, because the decisions happy person makes much better decisions. Internally happiness. entrepreneurs, this is Indian, that's why I'm telling you. Indian organizations used to be, at least in Maharashtra, they would say they want all Marathi people. So really, you want Marathi people only? No. You want people who can help you to make your business successful. You don't care how he looks, black, white, brown, no matter what, which caste, nothing. That's why I wrote that Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. Preparation of your mind is very important. Every day, that belongs to practice of silence. In that silence, you have to prepare your mind for entrepreneurship. So, when you change the way you look at things, remember this statement, when you change the way you, my mentor said, when you change the way you look at things, things you look at change. Very important statement. That way you become positive. You have to think positive. Even the failures are positive. Making decisions, not judgment, because when you are an entrepreneur, you are running a team. Don't say that he's bad. He's never bad. You just make a decision that I don't want this as an employee. He's not a bad employee. He's not a bad person. You just don't judge him what he is. Just make a decision. Now, the next one, history is an entertainment, is just my crazy word, crazy statements, because nobody agrees with me. I'll tell you that. They say that you can learn from the history. I have never seen anybody learning from history, first of all. I have seen only bad stuff in the world. They take the history and start the wars. Vietnam War, this war, Hindu-Muslim wars, this war. They just go back to history that Muslims have done to us like this. That's why we are going to do them. History is, just see the movies, what the bad things did, and laugh at it. It's a history. You can't do anything. It's a prison. You cannot do anything with the history. Just move on. I always say, present creates future. Present, whatever you have, that creates future. Also, your success is your success. It's not anybody else's success, or you shouldn't compare why he is successful. Your success is yours. As a matter of fact, when I was politically active in America too. I used to be with senators, congressmen, everyone. So one time my newspaper called me and he said, Dr. Joshi, how come you gave money, campaign money, we have that system, campaign money to Democrats and Republicans? How come? I said I run the research and development agreement company. I'm both Republican and Democrat, R&D company. That's what I do. But then he asked me, what is the definition of success? Right? That is very important. What's the definition of your success? How would you call that you are successful? My answer, I can tell you that. My answer is, when you do develop the ability to touch your soul. That's the definition. That's when you are successful. Not ego. When you can develop the ability to touch your soul, and that is why you have to try this meditations. Because once you touch the soul, that is the universal power. And you put your whatever decisions, whatever desire you have in that silence, it will manifest. And that's what all our munis and rishis and saints did, basically. Do not waste time. Do not waste time. I don't know, I don't watch television. There is no reason to watch television. Talk to experts, talk to mentors, talk to people instead. Read inspirational stories. Take any subjects, you cannot finish reading on that subject for your entire life, because now you have an access. You are privileged people, privileged students. Read on that subject, become expert, become Ekalavya. Your Vishwamitra is Google and all other stuff. Read, become expert. If you want to make money, and you should make money, the reason is India's GDP is only 3.7 trillion dollars. You know what that means per person? Our population is 1.4 billion. It means that our per person is $2,700. You know what US per person GDP is? $80,000. Oh my goodness. How would we do that? I was hearing very closely with Raghuram Rajan's speech earlier in Chicago. He said, India will become old before it gets wealthy. You can make that happen. You cannot make that happen. You have to become wealthy. Not for you, for India. Ambani Adani's GDP, they are increasing GDP. But they are increasing GDP through employment. I call it, that's a lower quality GDP, and that's okay. All power to them. But I want all of you to increase the GDP of India. That is the most important. Maximum entrepreneurs. Because I call it GDP is just not a number 3.7 trillion. GDP per person is the number in my mind. And you know what? tomorrow when you come, and if you even see the person whom you don't like in college, give them a quiet blessings. Quiet. Just give them a quiet blessings. It's good for you. It's good for your entrepreneurial mind. Nothing to do with him or her or anything. Just do that. Become entrepreneur. And of course, I don't have to tell you that public speaking, all Indians are good speakers. Nobody listens to them, but they're good speakers. Can I request them to ask me a couple of questions? So I'm finished now, but I'm sure that you have some questions. At least ask me a couple of questions. Is that okay? Yes, sir.
Sir, as you said that we have to we should start an entrepreneurship with taking risk, but in market or in company we have to manage our employees. So have you any idea that how you manage your employees?
How I manage my employees?
Yeah. Yeah.
When I start the company, right? How you manage?
Yeah. How you manage your money as well as your employees that you get to success.
Sure. So, some of the things I already mentioned here, this is very important. This is very important. What it is, this question is also very good in the sense that my company, when I owned the company, 30 years they were making losses. It didn't matter to them because they're the largest global companies. But they were making losses after losses after losses. And I told them that this is extremely bad. So they said, well, why don't you find a buyer? Because we want to get rid of it. 30 years of constant losses is no good. So I acquired the company through a banker. I took big risk. Now, all my employees are much more handsome, much more intelligent, much more this one from by than me. Most of them. Handsome, white, blue-eyed. Yeah. You are asking how do I get the money or how do I treat the employees?
No, I'm asking that how you manage that your employees are listening to you, because in some cases
That is different. That's what I understood. I understood your question. He did not. So anyway, so naturally they are nervous. What this little Indian do when largest company owned us, right?
Yeah.
So there are two aspects. One is motivation, another is inspiration. Motivation means they want more bonuses, they want more salaries.
Yeah.
Generally those are the ordinary when they whatever complaints are everybody's. I want more money. Universally that is it. So I went to employees and I said that, listen, I'm increasing everybody's salary by 5%. And then I said that you will get, we have a pension plan. I increased that pension plan. These are very simple. Motivation is a very simple thing for owners to do. Inspiration means heart to heart talk. Example, I went to my human resource one time said to me that I want to, this is just the example, I want to get rid of this person. So I said, why? Because he violated policies 3 times, sir. And our employment manual says that he has to be fired. I said, can you call him? So the guy comes in my office. He's crying, right? He's crying because he was being fired. And he said, okay, sit down, Tom. Why? Why do you run out without telling anybody in the middle of work? He said, my mom is having cancer. And when she gets a tremendous pain, she calls me and I just run out. So I looked at my human resource director and asked her, Patricia, is this the thing we should do? And then I told Tom, you have right to do that. Just go do that. Keep on doing this. We won't fire you ever. That thing, he turned out to be my best friend, best employees, because it's touching the heart of employee. You have to always find way to touch people's heart. They become yours.
So I can ask one more question.
Huh?
I can ask one more question.
Yeah, you can ask.
Okay.
Except we have to see the time.
Okay. So I want to know that after so many losses, how you came to know which the pinpoint that you find that you had taken the success after that. What's the pinpoint that you had after that you came to know that this many losses has been done. Now I will not make the loss. Now I will take success. Then so what you had think about it that you came for success at the end.
Yeah, as far as this is just me. I'm not Patel. I'm Joshi. First of all. So he's a multi millionaire. He tells, one time we were with governor, and governor said, hello, Ashok Joshi is a great businessman. He tells other people. So Dinesh says that, Dinesh interrupts him, governor. He said, Ashok Joshi is a great inventor and innovator, but lousiest businessman. Which is true. I know myself. I'm not that good businessman. But I feel satisfied with me because I ran the company very ethically and morally. And so that's what it's all about. The life is all about that. And so, having said that, I must say that I earlier mentioned karmic. Through my whatever karmic asset I have, somebody came to me. First of all, why somebody gives me so much money to buy the company? It's unheard of. Right? That's a karmic asset. And why somebody comes in at my 67th year of age and say that, Mr. Joshi, I want to buy your company. Both are absolutely nothing, right? It just happened. I didn't do anything. So my karmic asset helped me do that. So I do not have answer to your question. Anybody else? Any? So many women are here. So, yeah. So many women, at least I need 2 questions from them. Girl.
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
Sir,
Yes.
what is your life's greatest advice you will like to give us? What is your life's greatest advice you will like to give us?
Good question. Because I like that question. And I know the answer. That's why I say good question. The greatest, this is what I tell my grandson who is coming next week. I always told him, he used to sleep near me. And I always told him, the greatest thing you can do to become happiness is to give what you have. At least give 10% of what you have to people who don't have. That is the greatest, because that way you become really happy, in my opinion. And that's why he's coming here next week to go to directly to YE, Kenzer, Patsword to help those kids. He's gotten gifts of dollars and all that. He's bringing them to give them. He's 16 years old, and that is the, I'm so happy that he got it, what I was saying. That's the best thing that he can do to become happier. Right?
Sir, while running any business or company, the most important thing is managing finance. So what is the worst and best financial advice you will give me by your experience?
Yeah. So the best advice for financial guy, I'm not a, as I said, I was a technical guy. The best advice is get somebody who is financial expert and trust him. And not only trust him, but trust your employees to approach him. Transparency is the most important thing in business. Transparency. I removed that when I became owner of the company. I told my employees, go to finance guy, the head CFO, Chief Financial Officer, and I told him also that you have to tell them how much money I made. That transparency really creates different ball game in the company. Really it does. That is also part of inspiration. Come on, 2 girls. First girl asking question.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yes.
To start a business, which are the most basic and important things that we have to focus?
Of course, as I said, you have to focus on risk-taking mental makeup. That is the most important. Are you ready to take the risk? And second, as I said, start with the end. Right? Whether there is market or not. Otherwise, forget it. You are not going to get into business if there is no market.
And what will be the pathway for that?
What is the
Starting a new business. What should be the things?
Okay, so starting with the business is, do you have idea,
First.
right?
Yes.
If you have an idea, then test that idea to the end customers, right? Then of course, once you know all that, do you have enough money or you need to borrow money? Once you get those monies, and that's why I was mentioning many things here, getting money, getting this one, all those things you have to do. These are not simple. Just saying it simple, but doing it extremely hard. Because lot of hurdles, lot of bad people come in your way. Lots of things happen. Trust, distrust. India has even more issues related to trust in my analysis.
And how to be the first in competition? Because in business so many competitions are there. So what would you suggest to beat the competition?
Okay, so competition is very healthy in my opinion. So you have to create a team. That is a team building. The problem, as I see in India especially, is a team building. Truly team building. As a matter of fact, I am advisor to MIT WPU, and there are issues related to team building, huge issues. So I actually tell them that I'm going to come, the deans are going to come here. Of course there are differences of opinion, but that shouldn't create anger, jealousies, hatred and all that, just because there are differences of opinion. So I suggested them, you fight, we go in the room, no sitting meetings, all stand-up meetings, because nobody wants to sleep there. Stand-up meetings, fight as much as you can. Then I make the decision. Once I make that decision, it's all ours decision. Everybody says the same thing. Once you achieve that, I don't see that team will also, once you know what you want, that team will create great product which can beat any competition, in my opinion.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Anybody else, or we?
Good afternoon, sir. As you told that if the inventor is doing a patent and while approaching to the corporate for the money, he has to do an agreement. As you told that you have made some wrong agreement, so what precautions the inventor should take while signing the agreement so as to avoid losses?
So some of them I mentioned in my speech, is that common shares and preferred shares make sure that common share, preferred shares, all become common shares during the exit time. Then your shares have value. That is one definitely true. There are other many clauses in the agreement. The agreement is typically this big. There are many clauses in the agreement. So you have to be very careful, get very clever lawyer who understands this. So I didn't get exactly the same good business lawyer. Just any lawyer doesn't mean anything. That is also very critical, to go through each and every statement.
Yes.
Right? Oh, बरोबर. Right. Okay. All right. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sir, for that insightful and thought provoking session. Your words have truly inspired us to think beyond the boundaries and embrace the transformative power of technology and innovation. Thank you for such a wonderful, informative, and interactive session. We feel privileged that Dr. Dinesh Amanerkar sir also join us for today's international guest lecture series. Dr. Dinesh Amanerkar is currently working as an advisor research and international academics at Pimpri Chinchwad Education Trust and Professor Emeritus at Savitribai Phule Pune University. Previously, he served as the Director General of Center of Materials of Electronics Technology, Pune, CIMET, Government of India. So now I would like to invite Dr. Dinesh Amanerkar sir to start his session.
Honorable dignitaries of the dais, faculties and the students. केवळ मी स्टेजवर बसलो आहे म्हणून मला बोलायला सांगितलं असं मला वाटलं होतं. कारण मला असं वाटत होतं की मी इथं नुसतं जोशी सरांचं भाषण ऐकायला यायचं आहे आणि तर मला माहीत नव्हतं की मला बोलायचं आहे. पण मी जास्त 3 मिनिटाशिवाय काही बोलणार नाही आहे. जोशी सरांचे जे बाकीच्या ज्या गोष्टी की जे आत्तापर्यंत त्यांच्या भाषणात त्यांनी कव्हर केल्या नाहीत आणि जे मला वैयक्तिक माहिती आहेत, जोशी सरांची माझी मैत्री म्हणजे ही हॅज बीन माय मेंटॉर, फ्रेंड, फिलॉसॉफर, गाईड फॉर लास्ट सेव्हरल इयर्स, मे बी टू बी प्रिसाइज, maybe in 1993 onwards we have good relations with Dr. Joshi. तर आता आजचा दिवस खूप चांगला आहे, गीता जयंती पण आहे आणि रतन टाटांना ट्रिब्यूट म्हणून पण तुम्ही हे केलेलं आहे आणि मुंगसे सर पण इथे आहेत. असं मला असं वाटतं की जोशी सर हे खऱ्या अर्थाने गीतेत वर्णन केल्याप्रमाणे कर्मयोगी आहेत. अर्थात गीता त्यांनी वाचल्या असल्याचा अजिबात संभव मला वाटत नाही, पॉसिबिलिटी नाहीच आहे. आय थिंक देअर माइट बी 50% पॉसिबिलिटी दॅट यू हॅव नॉट रेड गीता, आय बिलीव्ह. कारण गीता वाचणं आणि गीता जगणं ह्यात खूप मोठा फरक आहे. तर बऱ्यापैकी लोक गीता वाचतात, गीता समजत म्हणून ज्ञानेश्वरी वाचतात. मी यातलं दोन्ही काही करत नाही, कारण तसं या गोष्टी अजून माझ्यासाठी योग्य नाही तसं मला वाटतं. जरी माझं वय आता 70 असलं तरी मी अजून गीता वाचायच्या मूडमध्ये नाही असं बहुतच मला वाटतं. पण खऱ्या अर्थाने गीता ही तुमच्यासारख्या लोकांना उपयोगाची आहे. अशोक जोशीच्या बाबतीमध्ये कर्मयोगी असं मी त्यांना म्हणतो, कारण गीतेत सांगितले की योगा हा कर्मसु कौशलम, काम करण्याचं कौशल्य म्हणजेच कर्मयोगी. तशा अर्थाने ते कर्मयोगी आहेत. त्यांना कदाचित हा शब्द माहीत नसेल, पण त्याला अजूनही म्हणतात की अजूनही गीतेत सांगितले कर्मणैव हो संसिद्धिम, केल्याने होत आहे रे, आधी केल्याची पाहिजे. हे त्यांनी आपल्या एक्झाम्पलनी प्रूव्ह केलेलं आहे. आणि दॅट इज ऑन द लाईटर नोट. पण खऱ्या अर्थाने न करता देखील गीता समजणं हे त्यांच्या बाबतीत लागू होतं. कर्मणैव संसिद्ध्यम, हे जे केल्याने होत आहे रे, कुणी त्याचा प्रश्न विचारला की आपण काय करायला पाहिजे, आधी काम करायला सुरुवात केली पाहिजे. केल्याने होत आहे रे, आधी केल्याची पाहिजे. किंवा तुमच्या संस्थेचं बुद्धवाक्य सांगायचं झालं, असतं तेथे साध्य करीता सायाचं कारण अभ्यास तुका म्हणे. तुकाराम महाराजांनी सांगितलं आहे अभ्यास, इथं अभ्यास म्हणजे की अभ्यास नव्हे, प्रयत्न, अशा अर्थाने तो अभ्यासाचा शब्द आहे. आणि अजून जोशी सरांनी काही गोष्टी सांगितल्या आहेत, पण त्यांनी भारतामध्ये त्यांची खरं म्हणजे आज तशी स्टोरी सांगायला पाहिजे होती. भारतात त्यांनी बिझनेस चालू केला, त्यात प्रॉब्लेम्स आले, इथल्या सगळ्या गोष्टी गुंडाळल्या. मुख्य सरांबरोबर त्याची सगळी ब्रीफ मिटिंग एक झाली, त्यात त्यांनी काही गोष्टी सांगितल्या आहेत. पण खऱ्या अर्थाने ते जर त्यांनी या भाषणात सांगितलं असतं तर दॅट कुड हॅव बीन बेटर. कारण अमेरिकन सेटअपमध्ये काम करणं आणि भारतीय सेटअपमध्ये काम करणं ह्या तशा दोन वेगळ्या गोष्टी आहेत. पण ते मुळात कर्मयोगी असल्यामुळे कदाचित भारतात मला माहिती नाही ते राहिले असते की नाही ते, कारण कर्मयोग्यांसाठी अमेरिका हे फार चांगला देश आहे असं मला वाटतं की तिथे तुमचं सगळं काम आहे, योगा कर्मसु कौशलम, हे तुम्हाला दिसून येतं. सरांनी भारतामध्ये खूप लॉसेस आले, परत ते अमेरिकेत गेले, त्यांना खूप चांगले त्याच्यामध्ये पैसे मिळाले, प्रचंड पैसे मिळाले सरांना. आणि मग सरांनी शेवटी त्यांचे जे काही उद्योग आहेत ते केवळ चालवायला घरचे कोणी तयार नाहीत, म्हणजे त्यांची पुढची पिढी, म्हणून ते सगळे ते विकले. त्याचंही काय केलं पण मी तुम्हाला सांगेन. पण सरांच्या बाबतीमध्ये एक मोठा अशी चांगली गोष्ट आहे की परत तुकाराम महाराजांच्या भाषेत सांगायचं, उत्तम व्यवहारे वेचून या धन, उदार विचारे वेच करावा. म्हणजे चांगल्या मार्गाने पैसे मिळावे हवेत आणि हे आपलं नाहीच म्हणून ते विकून टाकावेत. हे देखील त्यांनी लाईव्ह एक्झाम्पल जोशी सरांनी दिलेलं आहे. त्यांना जी कंपनी विकून जे चांगले पैसे मिळाले त्यात त्यांनी वाईच्या परिसरामध्ये दिव्यांगांच्या आणि लहान मुलांच्या शाळेसाठी जवळजवळ 10 कोटी रुपयाच्या देणग्या दिलेल्या आहेत. म्हणजे रतन टाटा हे कर्मयोगी आहेतच, त्यांच्याही बाबतीत अशीच फिलॉन्थ्रॉपिक कामं त्यांनी केलेली आहेत. किंवा आपल्याकडे प्रेमजीबाई वगैरे करतात तर त्याच मार्गातले हे जोशी सर आहेत, म्हणून ते खऱ्या अर्थाने कर्मयोगी. हे इदम न मम, हे माझे नाहीत आहेत पैसे, म्हणून त्यांनी 10 कोटी रुपयाच्या देणग्या दिल्या आहेत. आणि त्याच्या घरातले कोणी करायला तयार होत नाही, याचं कारण असं आहे की दे आर वेल एस्टॅब्लिश देअर ओन फील्ड्स. सरांचा मुलगा डॉक्टर सोपान जोशी इज अ व्हेरी इंटरेस्टिंग, त्याची स्टोरी फार इंटरेस्टिंग स्टोरी आहे. त्याने अमेरिकेतून पहिल्यांदा एम एस केला, मला वाटतं स्टॅनफर्डमधनं, आणखीन PhD केली इलिनॉयमधनं, इलेक्ट्रिकल इंजिनिअरिंगमध्ये PhD केली. त्याच्यानंतर 12 वर्ष इंटेलमध्ये सर्व्हिस केली. त्यानंतर सर्व्हिस सोडून दिली, लॉची डिग्री केली, आणि लॉची डिग्री करून करंटली ही इज वर्किंग, ही हॅज बीन सिलेक्टेड ॲज अन डेप्युटी सॉलिसिटर जनरल ऑफ US गव्हर्नमेंट. सॉलिसिटर जनरल ही गव्हर्नमेंटमधली लीगल मोठी पोस्ट असते, त्याच्यात ते डेप्युटी म्हणून त्याचं सिलेक्शन झालेलं आहे. आणि त्याचं सिलेक्शन झालं, त्यांनी ट्रम्प विरुद्ध एक मोठी केस जिंकली अमेरिकन गव्हर्नमेंटतर्फे, तर त्याचं खूप मोठं नाव झालं. म्हणजे आधी तो जोशी सरांचा मुलगा म्हणून ओळखायला जायचा, आता ते जोशी सर हे त्याचे वडील म्हणून जास्त ओळखले जातात. अशी डॉक्टर सोपान जोशीला काही इंटरेस्ट नाही आहे, ते म्हणते डॅड आय हॅव नो इंटरेस्ट इन युअर बिझनेस, यू अँड युअर वर्क इज ओके. पण सरांची सून देखील तितकीच ब्रिलियंट PhD केलेली आहे, आणि शी हॅज डेफिनेटली मच मोर मेनी अदर थिंग्स बट नॉट इन हिज वर्क हिअर. जावई त्यांचे मोठे सर्जन आहेत, मुलगी डॉक्टर आहे, MBBS डॉक्टर आहे. तर असं हे सगळं करत असताना त्यांचा नातू जाता येतो आहे. हे कसं होतं कित्येक वेळा मी आमच्या एक्झाम, जसं ॲज वी ग्रो इन एज, म्हणजे माझ्या वयातली जी मुलं माणसं आहेत, मुलं म्हणायचं नाही, त्यांना कसं असतं की नातवंड वगैरे येतात तेव्हा जरा बरी गोष्ट असते, पण त्यांची मुलं असतात त्यांना म्हणतात बाबा तुम्ही काय ते सांगत नका, तुम्हाला काही फारसं कळत नाही, तुम्हाला नवीन पिढीच्या काही गोष्टी माहिती नाहीत. पण नातवंड झाल्यानंतर त्याला कळतं की आपले आजोबा हे चांगले आहेत असं दिसतं बऱ्याच नातवंडांना. तर तसं अर्थाने कदाचित त्यांचा नातू त्यांच्यावरून वाई परिसरात त्यांचं जे काही काम आहे त्याची टू कंटिन्यू द लेगसी ऑफ डॉक्टर जोशी म्हणून ते येत आहेत. त्यामुळं खऱ्या अर्थाने कर्मयोगी ते आहेतच, दानशूर मी असं म्हणणार नाही आहे. पण ते जे आता सांगितलं की दिल्याने स्वतःची त्यांची काय म्हणायचं त्याला आत्मशक्ती वाढते. कार्मिक अक्षर मी काही शब्द वापरत नाही, कारण कार्मिक शब्द हा घेतल्यासारखा हा कार्मिक शब्द नाही आहे. पण जे काही त्यांच्या स्ट्रेंथ्स आहेत ते चांगल्या मार्गाने त्यांनी वापरलेले आहेत. पैसे त्यांना खूप चांगले मिळाले, त्याचा त्यांनी उपयोग, त्याचा वेस्ट पण ते चांगल्या मार्गाने करतायत आणि नातवाला आता तयार करतायत. कारण हीच वरील अबाउट हिज लेगसी. ते म्हणतात माझ्या पाशात ते कोण बघणार, म्हणून ते नातू त्यांचा इथे येतो आहे, हे सगळी कामं करतो आहेत. अशी व्हेरी इंटरेस्टिंग स्टोरी आहे. तर गीता जयंती पण आहे, रतन टाटा मेमोरियल तुमचं लेक्चर पण तुम्ही चालू केलेलं आहे. अशा अर्थाने त्यांच्यासारखे कर्मयोगी आहेतच, आणि त्याच्यावर दुसरे बडिंग कर्मयोगी तुमचे मुंगसे सर पण आहेतच. तसंच मी कर्मयोगीच असे सगळ्यांना म्हणून अशा ह्या सर्व कर्मयोगांच्या मांदियाळ्यामध्ये आमच्यासारखे भाषणयोगी काय बोलणार, म्हणून मी भाषण थांबवतो. थँक्यू सो मच.
थँक्यू सर, थँक्यू फॉर युअर वर्ड्स ऑफ विजडम. जसं सर म्हणाले की कदाचित जोशी सरांनी गीता वाचली नसेल पण त्यांनी ती अंगीकारली आहे, आणि खरोखर गीता हा वाचण्याचा विषय नाही आहे, तर त्याची तत्व आपण जेव्हा स्वतः स्वीकारतो ती खूप एक मोठी गोष्ट आहे. आणि असा एक थोर कर्मयोगी आज आम्हाला इथे लाभला आहे, हे आमचं खरंच मोठं भाग्य आहे. अँड ॲज ऑल गुड थिंग्स मस्ट कम टू अन एंड, it's time to wrap up today's program memorable event, and I would now like to invite our principal Dr. K.G. Kanade sir to deliver the vote of thanks and acknowledge everyone who made this event a grand success.
मला वाटते वेळ झालेला आहे आणि विद्यार्थ्यांना एक लक्षात आलं असेल, आजचा जो प्रोग्राम आहे त्या प्रोग्रामच्या खास उपस्थित आपले सचिव साहेब सुधीरभाऊ मुंगशे सर उपस्थित आहेत. आणि पहिलाच जे लेक्चर तुम्ही ऐकलेलं आहे त्यामध्ये आमच्या प्रास्ताविकमध्ये डॉक्टर ऋतिका जगताप मॅडमने सांगितलं वाय आजचा हा प्रोग्राम आहे. कारण आपल्या संस्थेला दिनांक 21 ऑक्टोबर 2025 रोजी 25 वर्ष पूर्ण होते. सिल्वर जुबली आपण साजरी करतोय आणि ते करायची म्हणून आजपासून पहिल्याच दिवसापासून आपण त्याचं नियोजन करतोय. म्हणून अशी व्याख्यानं जी आहे जोशी सरांसारख्या त्यांना आपण आणि अंमळनेरकर सरांसारखं, काळे सरांचं, त्यासारखे सायंटिस्ट आणि त्यासारखे एंटरप्रिनर, त्यासारखे इंटरनॅशनल इंटेलेक्च्युअल तज्ज्ञांची व्याख्यानं आपण ठेवणार आहोत. इंटरनॅशनल कॉन्फरन्स घेणार आहोत, वर्कशॉप घेणार आहोत. नवे तुमच्या मुलांसाठी हॅकेथॉन वगैरे बाकीचे जे कल्चरल आहे सगळ्या प्रकारच्या वर्षभर फार कार्यक्रम असणार आहे. जसं तू बोललाय तसं की ऑलराऊंड डेव्हलपमेंट तुमची झाली पाहिजे. या अनुषंगाने आम्ही काही कार्यक्रमाचे नियोजन करण्यासाठी खरं तर आज या ठिकाणी उपस्थित आहे. उद्याचा पण आपला एक कार्यक्रम फार महत्त्वाचा आहे. मला असं वाटतं की तुमच्या सगळ्या शिक्षकांनी सांगितलं असेल तुम्हाला, उद्या सकाळी सगळ्यांनी 8 वाजता आळंदी येथे इंद्रायणी घाट आपल्याला सगळं स्वच्छता तिथली ठिकाणी करायची, ज्याचा वसाने वासा मी सेवेकरी फाउंडेशन्स सुधीर भाऊंनी घेतलेला आहे, सुमित मुंगशे सरांनी घेतलेला आहे आणि आपण सर्व ते काम करतो. त्या ठिकाणचं इंद्रायणी घाट परिसरातील हे मी असं म्हणेल की खरं तर देवांमधला जे इंटेलेक्च्युअल देव असेल की ज्ञानेश्वर असेल की ज्यांनी जी गीता तुम्हा आम्हाला सर्वांना सोपी भाषेमध्ये, आज गीता जयंतीचा उल्लेख झालेला आहे की ज्ञानेश्वरी जी दिली ती आज विश्वाला ती कशी अभिप्रेत आहे आणि मार्गदर्शन करत आहे. म्हणून अशा ठिकाणी श्री क्षेत्र आळंदी येते उद्या आपण सगळ्यांनी त्या ठिकाणी यायचं आहे. सगळ्यांनी सकाळी 8 वाजता यायचे, असं त्यासाठी कुणाला कंपल्शन वगैरे असं करायला नको लागायला असं आम्ही म्हणलेलं आहे. त्या ठिकाणी या आम्ही प्रेझेंटी घेणार आहे वगैरे काय, पण असं वाटलं पाहिजे, स्पिरिच्युअली वाटलं पाहिजे की मी जाऊन तिथं काहीतरी कॉन्ट्रीब्यूट करायचं आहे. आणि माझ्या संस्थेला 25 वर्ष होत आहेत आणि त्या निमित्ताने मला त्या ठिकाणी जायचं आहे. आणि म्हणून उद्या स्वतःहून त्या ठिकाणी या. खास तुम्हाला आम्ही काही आमंत्रण करणार नाही, हाही या कार्यक्रमात मी तुम्हाला निमंत्रण देतो. आणि परत एकदा सरांची आम्ही असोसिएशन जवळपास मगाशी सांगितलं की अंमळनेरकर सर हे आणि काळे सर हे माझे PhDचे गाईड आहेत. दोघंजण माझे गाईड आहेत. माझे एक गाईड नाही, काळेकर सर आणि अंमळनेरकर सर. त्यांच्याबरोबर असोसिएट मी सिमेंटमध्ये असताना पासून जोशी सरांना मी पाहतो की तेव्हा जे होते, नाऊ ही इज 83 year old. सर त्या दिवशी तुम्ही दिसले, मला पहिल्या दिवशी दिसले, तसेच आज तुम्ही शेवटपर्यंत आहात. यू आर रिअली यंग. हां हो, म्हणजे असं म्हणजे त्याच्यानंतर आम्ही बदललो आहे परंतु यू आर द सेम. आणि हे पण सरांचं वैशिष्ट्य आहे. आणि म्हणून गेले 20-25 वर्ष सरांबरोबर मी काम करतो आहे. आणि अशी व्यक्ती खरं तर आपल्या संस्थेत यावी म्हणून खरं तर त्यांना आम्ही आग्रह केला. ते म्हणाले नो प्रॉब्लेम, आय विल कम. म्हणलं सर आम्हाला इंटरनॅशनल कॉन्फरन्स तुम्ही चांगलं एक डिझाईन करून द्या अंमळनेरकर सर काळेचं. ते म्हणले ऑफकोर्स वी कॅन, जेणेकरून आमच्या संस्थेचा जो मोटो आहे की जो आपले फाउंडर प्रेसिडेंट ऑनरेबल विलास लांडे साहेबांना अभिप्रेत आहे की या संस्थेमधून जेव्हा आम्ही सिम्बॉलिकल आपल्या सगळ्यांना दाखवलं आहे की राजमाता जिजाऊ, म्हणजे जिजाऊने जसा छत्रपती घडवला, शिवाजी महाराजांना घडवलं, तसंच तुमच्यातला छत्रपती घडवावा म्हणून इंटरनॅशनल लेवलवर जावा म्हणून आपण यावर्षी जे प्रोग्राम करतोय त्यामध्ये हा आजचा प्रोग्राम झाला. परत एकदा सर्व मान्यवरांचं या ठिकाणी मी आपल्या संस्थेच्या वतीने हार्दिक आभार मानतो आणि हा कार्यक्रम संपला असं जाहीर करतो.
Thank you sir. Thank you everyone for being a part of this day. Have a wonderful day ahead. Thank you.